The Gina and Maddie podcast.
Now, I've been doing a menopause story because in my history, no one's really spoken about menopause. And, of course, I'm going through it and all of my girlfriends are going through it. And my mum, it was never mentioned back then. So there's help out there that you can get. But I thought I would explain. I got into menopause a lot earlier than all of my friends because I had to have a full hysterectomy in my early 40s. And bang, straight into menopause. And I had lots of things going wrong with my body, and we found out Jackie, our son, is an absolute miracle that we could even get pregnant once, which is just, the best. But we actually lost an IVF baby on my 39th birthday. So it took us quite a while to get pregnant with Jackie, and then, a couple of years of IVF trying to get pregnant with another one, which was hideous. It was a really, really difficult time. But what really made it even harder for me was when I got pregnant that time that we lost the baby, Jackie's best friend's mum, Kylie, who's probably listening this morning, got pregnant at the same time. So I couldn't explain how hard it was for me to see her belly grow and mine didn't, and then watched her son hit every milestone, once he sat up and crawled, and he's 17 now. So every time, he has a birthday, it makes me think of what we lost. And it was obviously a really difficult thing to talk about, and not a lot of women talk about losing a baby either, and I'm happy to do that with this microphone in front of me to start the conversations going, because there's a lot of us out there who've been through this. You're not alone. But I didn't really know how to handle this with Kylie because I'm trying to be happy for her, of course, and she didn't know what to say to me, and I didn't know what to say to her. It was super awkward. So I actually wrote a song like a letter. And this is the only way I could, and Rod and I wrote it together. And it was the only way that I could get those words out succinctly. And once we recorded it, just acoustically, we rang her and played it to her first. I'll tell you what the words are if you can't hear it properly. I don't think I ever sat and told you I would never want to make you sad. I just can't help how he reminds me of everything I never had.
Of everything I never had. I cried the day you told me
he was coming. And I couldn't help wishing it was me. And now every time I see you both together, it's bittersweet.
It's bittersweet.
And then the song goes on to just talk about how difficult that was, but it's every little milestone forever that happens for Rod and I that we see what we didn't get, and it's a lot. It's a lot to carry. But we decided to be happy, Rod and I, because we got Jackie, and we really shouldn't have even got him, and he was a miracle. So I'm okay now. It's a long time ago that this happened. But tune in about this time tomorrow, and I'm going to let you know with some doctor's advice of what happens to your body when you go into menopause early, like I was forced into, and how you can deal with it. And girls, we're also going to be getting a chance down the track to talk to Dr. Shauna Watts. So if you've got any questions, because it's a lot, how you handle it and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sorry if that made anybody sad. It made me sad, that's for sure. If this subject's difficult for you, help is always available. Call Lifeline on 13 11 14 for support. And hello, Kylie, I know you're listening, and we love Rhett.
It's the milestones.
Gina and Maddie.
We've got Sam Woods and Jordi Woods. Now, the best stylists on the Central Coast. Welcome. Now, you have got some hot hits for us to look look better than I look today in my full maroon rig for winter. So tell us all about what we should be dressing in this winter.
Well, you're in one of the key colours, but we decided maroon. Yeah, maroon burgundy. It's huge.
Okay, Sam, thanks for coming in. Let's check it out. No, oh, God, all right.
It's been huge for years. Like, I picked it up overseas pre-COVID, so it's been around for a long time. But so we decided if you've had your maroon hit, the colour that we're loving also, apart from green, is a caffeine hit. So coffee colours.
Coffee, chocolate, latte, mocha. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Yeah, just think your morning coffee.
So is that just a fancy way of saying brown?
Yeah, it's a creative way. It's fancy. It's
creative, right.
Fashion way.
fun.
It's about fashion. And we're, you know what? Mix your chocolate back with your burgundy as well. That's really cool. I've done that a bit because I don't do black being my colour palette.
Yeah.
And I find it's a really great winter dark neutral. Do chocolate and maroon with your chocolate accessories. Yeah.
Is that for everyone?
No, for our low contrast palettes like our autumns and summers, they can do that. But our springs and winters like Gina and Jordi, they're spring and winter, they need more. And you too, Maddie, you need more high contrast. So put some a white shirt under a burgundy blazer with some chocolate jeans.
And when you're saying springs, is that our skin colours? Is that what you mean by that?
To do with do with your skin. Yeah, that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I love that.
So
I love
chocolate,
And even like I've done it today, updating your black with chocolate brown.
Yeah.
So you're not doing black on black all the time. Just
Okay.
to make it feel a little bit fresh. So
I like it.
yeah.
A little less roady, a little bit more fashion. Yeah.
Yeah, I like let's rock and roll. What else have you got for us?
The necktie and bandana is huge. So whether it's like bandana tied around the head, tied like I've done it around the neck, tying it around your handbag. Yeah, I can see you checking it out, Maddie.
Have a look. Yeah.
So bandanas are massive for guys and girls, just everyone. So it comes back to a style thing.
And
Whether it's someone's
it also hides if you got any chins on your hair and stuff.
yeah, I guess.
Chins on your hair. Hair on your chin. Chins on your hair.
I might have more chins than hairs, to be totally honest. So.
The one really big thing with if you're doing a necktie bandana is make sure it's in the perfect colour because it's so close to your fade.
Okay.
It can either make or break. So it can make you look really good or it can make you look really, really tired.
All right.
So make sure it's in the right colour.
And hiding the chin. That's what we call fashion and functional.
Yeah.
Illusion dressing.
Hide the goobly bit under there and a hair.
And actually, I picked up one that's in like a wooleny fabric, so it's actually
Warm
it's
as well.
functional and fashionable.
Okay, I
It's really
love
nice.
it.
And wrap it around. So the bandana for guys and girls.
Yeah.
You'd rock a bandana. I
Yeah,
mean,
I reckon you would. Yeah, with like
You could.
a t-shirt and a blazer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon you'd go rock that
So
with a
what,
pair of
like
chinos.
wearing it like Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses, like around there.
It's around like it's almost like a
neckerchief.
It's like neckerchief. It's like a carafe, but just modern day, funky, edgy.
Oh, a bit like Matt Preston.
Cowboy.
Yeah, a little bit cowboy western.
Matt Preston.
We don't want to do a little bow. Big
Woody from Toy Story.
yes.
Howdy, partner.
This could go really bad.
You're going to come in tomorrow, cowboy boots, a hat, and a little neckerchief. Isn't this what Sam and Jordi were talking about?
Last time we had you, I think in the cowboy. Yeah, the chaps.
Yeah. It's just a point for you guys to turn me into a cowboy every time we come in here. I don't know what this is all
Too
about.
much Yellowstone.
And what about for the gents? Is there anything in particular for them?
It's the same across
Same.
all three. And then the other one that we were talking about is mob coats. So which is like, I don't know if you've seen the real furry, big, oversized coats. It's literally like mafia wear.
Yeah. Call it a mob coat.
It's called a mob coat. So it's like mafia wear over just your jeans. And because like our climate, we don't get the weather to wear those coats all the time. So if you want to wear them, just wearing like a singlet top underneath it is great.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a buns white singlet with like a Macklemore style big jacket.
Yes.
Absolutely. And then you don't have to take it off when you get inside because you're not overheated. Whereas if you're dressed and then you throw your mob coat on, you just got to take your mob coat off.
Probably not appropriate for this studio today, though.
No,
It's pretty
and wear it over a slip dress. I love that sort of silky, almost lingerie look, and then you put something chunky and wet winter over it.
Love it. You can get all the info and inspo you need on what you should be wearing. Vibrant Concepts is the place to go. Sam and Jordi are the people to see. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks, guys.
Gina and Maddie.
Oh boy, some water cooler chat in the office around outside here at Star after talking about this elective surgery that is sort of booming at the moment, where guys are going and getting leg lengthening surgery where they're getting rods put in. So they're getting their thigh bones cut, metal rods are inserted. Over 3 to 4 months, those rods are then gradually extended. They then need to learn how to walk again, all to add some inches in height. So somewhere between 3 to 6 inches. And I thought it was interesting because I was talking to a single mate of mine, G, that she was saying that guys on their Tinder profiles are putting their height. And she's saying it's a deal breaker that if the guy isn't taller than her, she's not interested.
Yeah.
So, and then out in the office, same sort of vibe. Did speak to someone here who's said she was always tall herself growing up and found it hard because guys wouldn't always get it. But anyway, we put it out on the phones. Is height the number one deal breaker when it comes to dating a man? And Michelle from Gorican's on the line. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, how are you?
Good, mate. Now, is it a deal breaker or have you got a short king in your life?
Yeah, I've got a short man.
So, was it ever an issue for you?
No, not at all, no. I mean, when I was, back in the day when I was married, my ex-husband, he was taller.
Yeah.
But then, after we divorced, blah, 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 had different partners, all the rest of it, you come to realise that, height's not everything, so...
You know what was said out there? That short guys have better personalities. And look, I'm just a vehicle for someone else's opinion, Michelle.
Yeah, I mean, we've never had an issue with it. We don't even never discuss it really. It's just we get on and perfect for each other.
Love it. Who else we got, G?
We've got Sue from Gosford. Hey, Sue.
How you going?
Oh, very well. So what's going on in your house? Who's taller?
He is by a tiny little bit.
So what was it ever an issue for you?
Never.
Sue? Nah.
Never. Nah.
Not when you're out at Troppo and you're just like, oh, look at that guy over there. He's a little bit too short. I'm not gonna approach him, not gonna give him a dance.
Oh, Jess, come on, we're going back in about 50 years ago.
But Sue, can you wear high heels?
Yep, it doesn't bother him at all.
No.
Oh, I
because you know what? He's comfortable within himself. Joe, have you got a short king in your life?
Hey, Maddie, my husband of 18 years, he's 5'9". I'm almost 5'11".
Yeah.
No issue. I love him.
Oh, that is
Love
the
him
best.
to bits.
Now, when you were single and mingling, was it an issue for the guys? Did you find they might not approach you, or how did that go? Being a bit of in the taller category.
I probably did have a few. I had a mixture of tall and short boyfriends, so yeah.
I remember
yeah,
I was
never
telling
an issue.
I was telling the girls out in the office before, Joe. I remember being at a house party, and when you're young, you turn up to someone's backyard. You don't even know whose house it is, and you're sitting on some outdoor furniture. And I remember I was kissing this girl, and she was taller than me. She was sitting on my lap, and it wasn't quite working because she was sitting on my lap, and there was a part of me that was like, "Do I ask her to swap?" So this works a bit better. Sit on her lap. I couldn't even do that. Got one more, G.
Hey, Vanessa Lee.
Morning, Maddie. Morning, Gina.
Good morning.
G'day, mate.
Tell us your story.
Okay, well, one of my exes, most of my exes were short. I actually ended up marrying a very tall man, which is just over 6 foot, but most of my ex-boyfriends were short. And I had this particular one that was about 5'2", Maddie, just on. And I was taller than him. And most of the short ones I was actually taller than him, but this one I was actually quite taller than him. And he had a nickname. His name was Robert, so everyone used to call him Bobby, you know?
Yeah.
And
was there any issues? Was there any issue? Did he have any issues with you being taller?
I think he got that procedure done.
Oh, really?
Really? You saw him and he's taller?
He did, Gina.
Oh, wow. You know, they might have even got some lifts. There's some lifts that guys wear.
Just
put in their
do
shoes.
that.
Put some lifts. Save yourself $100,000 and your thigh bones being cut.
Yeah.
Put some lifts in your shoes.
Absolutely.
And be comfortable with yourself.
Listen to Gina and Maddie weekday mornings from 5:30.
Live on the Star Player.